guys, and welcome to today's video. We're going to jump straight into some players who I believe are really undervalued, really cheap or good budget options for the upcoming international nights in game week 64. Are you new or looking to join Sorare? Well, make sure to hit that link in the description below this video, and then when you buy 5 cards off the primary market through auctions or Instabuy, you and I will both receive £50 worth of credit to then build your dream team on Sorare. I have a lot of players here, so I'm just going to get straight into it. And the first player is going to be that of Taremi. Obviously, currently plays that of Internazionale or Inter Milan in the Serie A. Now, in regards to his scores with just Iran, they're really solid. The last couple of games he has scored, he got 3 assists with a goal. It looks like an own goal there, which was a bit of a shame. Hitting an 87 there, of course. So again, really solid option for your forward line. Probably one of the more expensive players that I'm trying to probably showcase to you guys, but at £1.47, I think that's not too bad at all. And yeah, depending when I get this video out, he is going to be playing at home to the United Arab Emirates and also Uzbekistan as well. So 2 games there. Iran, there we go, should be winning right there. So hopefully he contributes a few goals for you guys. So he could be an option for the forward slot. Another option is going to be that of Sardar Azmoun, currently formerly of Bayern Leverkusen. You can see him in the kit right there. £1.47 you can pick him up for currently. Again, obviously with Taremi here in Iran, United Arab Emirates and Uzbekistan at home. So again, 2 favourable games. The only downside to this guy, and I do have a couple of the players like this, he plays in a league that is not covered by Sorare. So outside of international utility, there's not much, but I think for £1.50 for a forward who again can get some really decent scores and has been on good form the last 2 or 3 games there for Iran as well, with games that are probably more favoured on their side as well. Again, don't think that's a bad option for the forward line. Like Azmoun there, you've also got Cho Yu Min here, sitting at 59p in limited for the classic. Playing at home to Oman and Jordan, and now White again, is he the same as Moon, plays for Al Sharjah. There we go, probably butchered that, and I do apologise. But yeah, he plays obviously in a non-covered league as well. So again, take that with a pinch of salt there. But yeah, 60p, again, I don't think it's too bad again. We look at his South Korean scores, 73, 64, 41, 63, 67. Yeah, really solid scores. And what I'm trying to do, guys, as well, going off the basis of the game week 63, yeah, all these players look very likely to start. So obviously just do a little bit more research when it comes to obviously game week 64. Next is going to be another South Korean here, or Seo Young Woo here at 59p. Again in a non-covered league, but again, yeah, it's not too bad again for the 60p. You're not risking all too much with the sort of scores that he's obviously capable of doing. Hit an 100 there for South Korea against Jordan, and they are at home to Oman and Jordan again. So hopefully he can replicate those scores, and he'd be very much worth the 60p you'd be spending. Redmond Sulaka here for Iraq. Here again, 44p at home against Kuwait and Palestine as well. Puts up some okay scores, some decent scores there. I'll leave it up to you if you think it's worthy of being able to pick him up for 40p and potentially have him in your gallery for a fairly long time, or at least up until the next lot of qualification games. But again, could be a decent little option, a cheap budget option in the defence. And don't forget, offer managers as well, offer them 20p, 10p, 50, whatever it is, to try and get the best bargain you possibly can. And who knows, maybe these sort of guys will win you guys a reward. On to the Aussies now. I've got here Jackson Irvine, currently playing in the Bundesliga for St. Pauli. Yeah, score-wise, in regards to Australia, again, very solid, sitting at 74p, or even if you're looking at maybe picking up an in-season international nights team, 88p, again, not too bad. At home to Indonesia and away to China. So again, some decent, somewhat fairly favourable games there for Australia. And like I said, from the time you can see here, hitting some 70s, some 60s. Again, could be a decent little pickup for the 80p mark. Next is going to be his compatriot there of Cameron Burgess, obviously currently playing for Ipswich Town. Now the Aussie is again, like Irvine, Indonesia and China. You can pick him up for £2 there in season if you wanted, or £44 again for in season limited. if you wanted as well. So again, he looks like he's going to be the starter. Suter is currently out with, I believe, some sort of knee injury. So it should be with Burgess there, who should be basically definitely starting there for Australia. Whether it's going to be both games, again, like I said, guys, earlier, do your own research for that. But yeah, solid option when he does come off and scores really well. And yeah, it doesn't even look like he needs a decisive 31, 26, 39, and 44 AA against Indonesia. Looks really nice, and potentially against China could put up some decent AA as well. One of the more expensive options I got for you guys here for your forward line is going to be that of Taki. They're of Real Sociedad. Obviously, of course, plays for Japan as well. So sitting at £5 for the Classic Limited at the moment. Scores wise, obviously scores really well in regards to that of Japan. When he plays, it seems to be pretty much getting some decent, really decent AA now. He should be fairly favourable to play against that of Bahrain and also Saudi Arabia, which are going to be two really nice fixtures there for Japan. Again, another option here for Japan is going to be that of Ko Itakura. £2.20 again from the time of recording at home to, of course, Bahrain and Saudi Arabia. Scores wise, this is just for Japan. 77, 68, 76, 60, and a nice 86 there, which obviously, of course, included a goal there in their 3-1 win against China. So again, very, very solid. You can put up a really decent team all up here, and he's definitely a nice defender there to look for the defender slot. Now, obviously, you've got Endo here, who does obviously, of course, play for Liverpool in the Premier League. Now, doesn't get a lot of game time, but he is currently only sitting at 60p at the moment. And because of the lack of game time, obviously, that's obviously mirrored in regards to the pricing that he is costing at the moment. So his scores in regards to for Japan at the moment 62, 70, 59 and the 69 again should be really nice for that of against Bahrain and Saudi Arabia. So I'm excited to see what this sort of player can do for your midfielder slot. Now, like I said, I'm going through all these players fairly quickly because it's going to be a long video. Otherwise, I've got a few more players to get into. But we have got a phase here of Belgium, currently playing, obviously, that of Leicester. Now, obviously, he's down a lot because he's not scoring all too well with Leicester being pretty much guaranteed relegation at this point from the Premier League down to the Championship. But that doesn't go on to say that he doesn't play very well for Belgium. He scores some decent scores here for Belgium. You see here, hitting 100, 75, some nice close enough 60s there, 65 and a 65 in the most recent games as well, obviously in November, so but 4 months ago. But yeah, they are playing away and at home there to Ukraine. Now, when you'll probably utilise them probably at home, so it's the more favourable fixture as well. So for 44p, or again, if you're looking in season there for the 70, 80p mark, again, a solid option for your defenders. Now, the only actual goalkeeper that I've seen to have found that is of decent price and isn't heavily inflated due to these sort of competitions is going to be that of Craig Gordon, obviously for Scotland. He is 42 years old, so obviously you're just going to probably use him temporarily just for this short-term competition here. £2.36 or £3.50 again for in season, not too bad at all. At home and away and at home to Greece. And scores wise, he's obviously played the last 4 games there on the trot for Scotland. Looks heavily favoured for the goalkeeper slot there. But yeah, just keep an ear out and an eye out for that. But again, getting a 75 against Portugal, a 75 against Croatia, and even hitting up 12 AA there in a 2-1 win against Poland. Again, could do really well basically for you in regards to AA. I probably would presume they would concede against Greece in some way, shape or form in the 2 games, obviously. But at home, maybe there's a better chance there, which is obviously the one you want to utilise him in the international nights. The last of the Scots is going to be that of John Suter here. £1.30 or £1.60 for the in-season. Again, in regards to Scotland-wise, or playing for Scotland, he's played really well 3 times on the bounce. Scotland looks really solid in regards to, obviously, again, playing against Portugal and that of Croatia. And again, despite conceding, had put up 7 AAs okay, but he seemed to he did get an assist and a clearance off the line. So again, really solid from himself. And yeah, against home and away against Greece, like I said, for Gordon before, it could be a nice little mix and match there. Pretty much for the 2, basically a fiver. Now, we've got Georgie here. Now, I'm not going to pronounce his surname because I don't want to offend anyone. And you, obviously, if you're new to this channel, I butcher everyone's sort of surname. I'm just not very good with it. Anyway, 44p as a time recording for the limited classic card. Again, I think he put some okay scores in regards to obviously playing for Georgia here, but I'm more thinking he's got an away and a home game there to Armenia, and he's putting up, score wise on averages, they're putting up a 57 and 58. So you want to utilize him for this for the sake of 44p in the moment. Again, I don't think you can go too much wrong with that. And very much like Georgie there, you've got Luka Locashvili, 44p. Again, currently plays for Salernitana in this Serie B, which is the second tier of Italian football. And again, in regards to his Georgian scores, I think he puts up some decent scores again for the price of being a 44p. Again, away and then at home to Armenia. Looks like he should be the starter as well, that left mid, left wing back sort of role there, from what I can see through a bit of research. Can obviously contribute to a decisive every now and again. Obviously, looked like he did so against the Czech Republic. But I have a good feeling he could do something for Georgia against Armenia. Now, the last couple of players, that is obviously going to be that of Ben Davies. Now, he should be starting here for Wales at 44p in season and classic. Again, very solid. He's only 31 years old, so there's a bit of utility in regards to future usage for international and international usage or for World Cup qualifications. Again, scores-wise, he's putting up some decent scores here again for Wales, hitting 76 with 41 AA, 85 with 25 AA, and a clearance off the line, I believe it is, yes. Obviously, a 2-2 draw to Iceland, but a nice 37 or nearly 38 worth of AA there away to Turkey. Now, they got some favourable matchups there, being against Kazakhstan and that's of Macedonia. So, again, really solid options there and really good fixtures to obviously utilise them in. Now, this one could potentially pay off. You got Mateus Oliveira here. He currently plays obviously in for Napoli. 88p. He plays as like a centre back, left back for Uruguay. They are at home for the competition or the international nights at home to Argentina. Messi's already been said not to be making that, so they're obviously severely weakened from that point. So obviously there's always been a rivalry for that game. Is he going to put up some really good AA, which I can pretty much sense I believe he's going to do so, hence why I've seen on the video. But you can see here from the last year for Uruguay, he's put up 30.7 worth of AA, and the stats don't lie, and the scores also don't as well. So again, very solid option there for just the 90p. And your last game is going to be that of Estupinian here for Brighton and Hove Albion. 60p in Classic El the Palm in the in-season. And they're going to be playing at home to Venezuela, who should be, again, it's going to be difficult for Ecuador, but I can definitely see Estupinian doing really well for that. Again, if we bring this down to just Ecuador, again, puts up some really solid scores. He can be the sort of like a make or break in part of this, part of your team, as you can see here, hitting -6 AA, -5 AA. But from the last time they had played, was he got Uruguay, Bolivia, and Colombia. Doesn't seem to have played Venezuela in the past year, but some decent teams there, especially that of Colombia and Uruguay and Peru also. He's putting up some really nice AA and obviously can be a contributor in regards to goals and assists as well. So again, another player that I believe was going to really shore up your defence. Anyway, guys, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. But just before you go, obviously, I've said many times before, I run another channel here called the All Around Sorare channel with the boys you can see on screen with Jonesy, Ellis, and Detroit Bad Boy. We live stream basically every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday night, and that's MLS. And it's going to be different competitions in the future when they do pop up. As you can see here, I'll pop up the stream schedule up on here. You can check that obviously on our Twitter. We are live on Twitch, X, and also YouTube all at the same time, so we are open to every form of platform there. And yeah, guys, but if you remember, if you can like, comment, and subscribe to the video, go check out All Around Sorare and subscribe to them and like their stuff as well for us. That'd be greatly appreciated. But I'll see you when I see you. Bye bye. And just a reminder, guys, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload.